The Chinese government cracking down on big tech companies, and Alibaba founder Jack Ma hasn't been seen in public for 2 months.
Was he been taken away somewhere to an undisclosed site by the government? No.
In late October 2020, China's most recognizable businessman Jack Ma fell off the radar after his negative comments about financial regulators were met by the sudden cancellation of the Ant Group IPO and an anti-monopoly probe into Alibaba. Despite his public reappearance almost 3 months later, his absence made some media outlets draw parallels with other billionaires who failed to toe the Chinese government's line.
Have you ever heard the saying, "To be rich in China is glorious"? Well, it seems that this might not be the case for everyone. In recent years, there have been a string of high-profile disappearances among China's billionaire class, leaving many to wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. Some of these disappearances have been dramatic, with wealthy individuals vanishing without a trace, leaving behind their families and businesses. Others have been more subtle, with billionaires suddenly resigning from their positions or dropping out of the public eye. Whatever the case, it's clear that something is amiss. Speculation is rife as to the reasons behind these disappearances. Some believe that the Chinese government is cracking down on corruption and illegal activities among the ultra-rich, while others think that it could be a power play by political rivals or even a sign of economic instability. Whatever the truth may be, join us as we unravel the stories of these millionaires who seemingly dissolve into thin air, leaving the world in awe and speculation. Does the name Jack Ma ring a bell? Well, if it doesn't, this should help. Jack Ma is the 5th wealthiest person in China and the 34th wealthiest person in the world, with a net worth of $34.1 billion as of January 2023. He was the co-founder of Alibaba Group, one of the world's largest e-commerce business in 1999, and also the co-founder of Yunfeng Capital, a Chinese private equity firm. The year 2020 was rife with upheavals, but perhaps none as enigmatic and captivating as the sudden disappearance of Jack Ma, a visionary leader who had taken the business world by storm. Ma had been a driving force behind some of the most innovative companies of our time. Yet when he criticized the Chinese financial system and regulators at a summit in Shanghai, the reverberations of his words would lead to a chain of events that would captivate the world. As the days turned to weeks and then months, the world waited with bated breath for any news of Ma's whereabouts. It was only in early 2021 that rumors began to circulate that he had been summoned to a meeting with Chinese authorities in November of the previous year. The news was soon confirmed. The details of the meeting began to emerge. In what can only be described as a seismic shift, Chinese authorities pulled the plug on the highly anticipated IPO of Ant Group, Ma's fintech giant, just 2 days before it was scheduled to begin trading. The authorities, keen on asserting their dominance, swiftly imposed fines and launched investigations into Alibaba, alleging antitrust violations. The move sent shockwaves through the global financial system, and Ma's criticism of the Chinese regulatory framework was seen by some as a direct catalyst for the action. In the aftermath of these events, Alibaba, the company that had made Ma a billionaire many times over, found itself in the crosshairs of Chinese regulators. The government's market supervision arm announced an investigation into the company's allegedly monopolistic behavior, sending ripples of uncertainty through the business world. As Forbes has meticulously documented, this is not an isolated incident. In recent years, a cast of other influential figures, billionaires, and enterprising visionaries have similarly vanished into the shadows. Their once prominent positions in society obscured by a cloak of uncertainty. These individuals, having dared to challenge the authority of the Chinese Communist Party, found themselves caught in the crosshairs of an enigmatic force that leaves no trace. The surreal ballet of disappearances leaves us with more questions than answers. What becomes of these figures once they vanish from the public eye? Are they subjects of quiet reprimand or clandestine negotiations? Or do they simply fade away, becoming mere whispers in the winds of time? Yet amidst the intrigue and speculation, one thing remains clear. The Chinese Communist Party wields a power that could even make the mightiest tremble. Another Chinese billionaire who suddenly disappeared is Kuo Guangchang. Imagine being one of the most powerful and successful business leaders in China, with a net worth of billions and a company that spans industries from finance to healthcare. This was the reality for Kuo Guangchang. the founder and chairman of investment giant Fosun International. But in December 2015, all of that changed. Reports began to emerge that Kuo had gone missing, sparking rumors and speculations across the country. Social media was ablaze with the claims that witnesses had seen him being taken away by police at Shanghai's airport. Kuo was often referred to as the Warren Buffett of the East, as he was a visionary entrepreneur who had meticulously crafted his empire, transforming his Hong Kong-listed firm into a staggering $115 billion powerhouse. The timing of Kuo's disappearance was no coincidence. It unfolded against the backdrop of a sweeping anti-corruption campaign initiated by President Xi Jinping. With Kuo's absence shrouded in secrecy, questions arose. Was he a target of this intensified crackdown? Did his vast empire hold secrets that threatened the political elite? Days turned into weeks, and the world held its breath, awaiting Kuo's reappearance. And just as suddenly as he had vanished, he returned to his company. The enigmatic entrepreneur slipped back into the fold without a word of explanation, leaving observers to ponder the true nature of his ordeal. And what about Zhou Chengtian? In January 2016, the glamorous and fast-paced industry witnessed a shocking turn of events. As Shanghai Meters Bonwi Fashion and Accessories, a prominent player in the realm of fast fashion, came to a screeching halt. The reason? The billionaire founder himself, Zhou Chengtian, had seemingly vanished into thin air, leaving his company and investors in a state of turmoil. Trading of the company's stock was immediately suspended, and the cloud of uncertainty hung over the fashion empire. Rumors swirled through the grapevine, and then the truth emerged, courtesy of China Daily, a renowned state-run news group. It was reported that Zhou had been taken into custody by the authorities, not for any ordinary reason, but to assist in a potential case of insider trading and stock manipulation. The fashion industry gasped in disbelief as this scandalous twist unfolded. Days turned into weeks, and the fashion world was left to speculate on the fate of its enigmatic icon. Then, like a sudden ray of light, Meters Bonwi announced that Zhou Chengtian had returned to his post. However, the announcement left everyone hungry for details, as it offered no insight into the events that had transpired during his absence. Ren Zetiang, who was a prominent mogul, also found himself thrust into the spotlight in a chilling turn of events. It all began with an online essay against the Chinese government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ren's words echoed across the virtual landscape, daring to criticize without explicitly naming Xi, the influential leader. With each mention of the Chinese leader, Ren painted a vivid picture, branding him a clown. The impact was seismic. But as Ren's essay gained traction, an eerie silence enveloped his presence. In March, reports emerged that the real estate tycoon had vanished, leaving his friends and associates deeply concerned. Months later, the government shattered the silence. In a stunning announcement, it was revealed that Ren, a former member of the Communist Party and scion of a party official, had been expelled from the very organization he had once embraced. His assets were seized, and a storm of legal repercussions awaited him. The full extent of Ren's fate unfolded in September, when the gavel of justice fell upon him. In a courtroom drama that captivated the nation, Ren was sentenced to a staggering 18 years in prison. The charges against him included bribery and abuse of power during his tenure as the head of a state-owned real estate group. Yet, amidst the whirlwind of legal proceedings, Ren's supporters cried foul. They claimed that his harsh punishment was not for the crimes alleged, but rather for his audacity to speak out against Xi and challenge the status quo. And just in case you are already wondering what the CCP is all about and who Xi is, this should help. CCP stands for Chinese Communist Party, and its influential leader is Xi Jinping. The CCP has been the ruling political party in China since 1949, with an impressive membership of over 90 million individuals. As the head of the CCP and the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping holds immense power and influence over the country's political, social, and economic spheres. What makes Xi Jinping's ascent to power so significant is that he is the first CCP General Secretary born after the establishment of the People's Republic of China. Since taking the reins of power in 2012, Xi has implemented a series of strategic moves to strengthen the party's control and reassert China's position on the global stage. Now back to why all these billionaires are disappearing all of a sudden. Aaron Friedberg, a distinguished professor of politics and international affairs at Princeton University, provides a riveting analysis that unravels the hidden motives behind the treatment of these billionaires. Friedberg exposes a chilling pattern. a concerted effort by the government to eliminate any potential threats to its power. He highlights the concentration of vast wealth, particularly in the hands of private business executives, rather than state-owned enterprises, as a cause for concern. Such accumulations of influence becomes a ticking time bomb capable of destabilizing a party's control. Under the leadership of Xi Jinping, the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, has honed its tactics, making a disturbing routine of arresting these individuals and stripping them of their assets. Though each case may have its own unique details, the underlying message resonates loud and clear. No one, regardless of status or wealth, stands above the party's dominion. The government's actions serve as a stark reminder of the party's unyielding authority. It is an unmistakable statement, reverberating through the halls of power and beyond. No one is immune to its reach. This calculated maneuvering illustrates the precarious dance between the party's consolidation of control and the potential threats posed by those who dare to challenge it. Aaron Friedberg's astute observations illuminate a larger narrative, a battle for dominance between the government and individuals who possess the audacity to challenge the established order. Do you also see the CCP and Xi as dangerous? Let's know what you think in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest news about what's happening in the world today. Thanks for watching.